Family, peace. How y'all doing? We are back with another one. Welcome to Earth Goddess TV. If you're new, welcome. Grab a drink, grab a snack. Y'all already know what time it is. If you're already part of the Earth Goddess gang, y'all already know what we do over here. We talk about basic astrology and spirituality, and I will be changing the name of this channel very soon. I don't know what to, but changes will be coming. So today, what I wanted to talk about was basically a little bit touching into like numerology and basically the numerology year that we're in. But this video is going to be based on the energetic signature of 2023, which is the year that we're going into. So let's jump into it, family. So basically, in numerology, we there are like personal year numbers. So basically, what a personal year number is and how you find it. Basically, a personal year number is just simply the energetic signature of that year and the themes surrounding the energy of that number. So, how do you calculate this? You just add your birthday and that month. You will not add your year because we're not currently in that year. So again, you will add your birthday and that month. Then you'll add the year that you're in. Now, once you add everything up and it breaks down and it's a double digit, we don't leave it double, so we'll break it down to a single digit. So an example of this would look like right now we're currently in year 2022. So basically what we'll do, we'll break that down, and that breaks down into a 6. So we'll leave it. We don't have to simplify it. So the energy that we have is the energy of a energy 6 year. So right now in 2022, we're in the energetic year of 6. So today I will be discussing that year we're going into, which is 2023, and basically that breaks down to an energy signature of number 7. So I'll jump into the energy signature of 7, the theme surrounding around the number 7, and how you can use the energies of 7 to benefit you in the upcoming year of 2023. So in numerology, number 7 represents basically introspection, spiritual wisdom, knowledge, mysticism, analytical research, things dealing with the mind. So the theme here is basically surrounding your inner growth, your introspection, making self-care a priority, having that inner clarity, that oneness, listening to, that inner voice. So ways you can kind of use the energies of 2023 coming up to your advantage, even if, say, the year number 7 is not your personal year, you can still use the energies of 7 to your advantage. But if, say, the energy signature is a 7, then you'll fall right in line with this, and you'll feel more of the energetic pull and urge to really go within and follow the themes of this personal year, especially if your personal year is lined up with this year. And a lot of inspired things may happen to you this year because this is a personal year of yours as well. So the first thing I want to jump into when it comes to the energy of 7, the energy of 2023 that we're going into. You can use this time to practice a lot of self-care because, again, the energy 7 is about introspection, going within the spiritual wisdom and knowledge. So practicing self-care, but not just self-care in the way that we know it, which is physically adorning yourself, eating right, exercising. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do these things because these things are equally, if not more important, but you want to make sure that you take care of your emotions as well. So how do you do this? First of all, honoring the emotions that show up, even the ones that are appropriate or the ones that you're ashamed of. How you do this? You get them out. Journal, blog your emotions. Find ways to get them out. Nurture yourself when you have had a, say, emotionally upsetting day. be that nurturing system for yourself if you can't find it through your outside environment. Practice self forgiveness, you know. So that could be a difficult one, but I feel like when you're able to forgive yourself for your mistakes, whether they were mistakes that you purposely made because you're in a bad, train of thought, or mistakes you accidentally just truly made, you still have to forgive yourself for all those mistakes, so that you're able to walk lightly and forgive those who have wronged you as well. So let's dive a little bit more deeper into basically practicing that self care, but physically working with the emotional body uh, to get certain things out of your energetic aura. So, one way you can do this is through the vagus nerve. Now, I'm not sure if a lot of people are familiar with the vagus nerve, but basically, the vagus nerve is basically where a lot of our emotional trauma is trapped. So anything dealing with the emotional body, anything dealing with the emotions that we haven't healed from, they just don't go away or dissipate. They have a way of storing itself within our energetic aura, within our energetic body, and that's how we manifest certain illnesses and for certain diseases, because we haven't healed these emotional wounds, and they manifest through our vagus nerve as into physical illnesses. So just a little bit about that. Now, for vagus nerve therapy, there are like little videos online that you can do, and they give you like certain practices you can do to work with the vagus nerve, certain specific exercises for the vagus nerve to relieve certain energy that's been stored up within that vagus nerve. Say if you're wanting to get more deep into it and say, you know what, I actually want to work with someone and go to physical therapy, they have that there as well. Now, another form to me of working with that emotional body and getting deep into that healing, say if you wanted to go a little bit deeper, go see if you can find you a past life regression therapist. There are a few here on YouTube. If you don't want to trust anyone on YouTube, there are people locally, specialists locally that specialize in these practices as well. And basically, with a past life regression therapy session, is basically going back within your past lifetimes and just healing certain energies that you've brought over from previous lifetimes, whether that's trauma, pain, anything that's still following you energetically that may be blocking you in this lifetime. And the thing about past life regression therapy, a lot of people who do this therapy, speak very highly of it and feel that their life has been changed for the better, because now they understand some of the blocks or even physical illnesses and physical ailments and pains that have manifested from physical wounds and traumas that haven't been healed from this lifetime, previous lifetime experiences. So those things, they don't disappear. They store themselves within your energetic body. So you have to keep that in mind. Also, another one that's not really as intense that I hear people talk about, I'm actually going to do this myself, which is another form of therapy, which is called the sensory deprivation tank. Now, there should be a place locally where you're at to where they have these, and this is more like within, I guess, medical spa type healing. And basically, the simple deprivation tank is when you get in this pot filled with water and salt, and basically you're floating. So you don't have to worry about falling within the pot, but basically the salt in the water is what keeps you floating, so you don't have to worry about that. And basically, the whole purpose of that is to basically float and kind of be with your thoughts. But I think, what I've heard people say about this, the trippy part is because I think you can choose if you want to do an hour or past the hour. Most people just do the hour, but I think the trippy part most people will say about this sensory deprivation thing is that within the first 10 minutes you're okay with floating and kind of being alone, silent with your thoughts without any distractions. But I feel, but the most thing that most people say is that when you get to a point where, I guess, when you're in a hypnotic meditative state, and you kind of forget that you're floating, and it kind of like gets to people and mess with them mentally, and it kind of makes them uh, not be in the present of fully enjoying that experience of basically finding that inner clarity that you're looking for, because you don't have those distractions, and your ego is wanting to desperately distract you to kind of keep you away from those that oneness and that stillness that you're trying to gain by putting yourself within a sensory deprivation tank. So I think the whole thing is here is once you get in a tank is be okay with the level of ease and comfortableness your body and mind is trying to get you into, so you can become, so you can get it that bliss state. So I hope it wasn't too wordy with that, but if you want to know more about the sensory deprivation therapy and how that works, you can definitely find this treatment, more about this treatment online. But I've heard very positive experiences about the sensory deprivation, and how people have said that once they've completed this, it's kind of put them in a position to be more present and more mindful of the thoughts that they're having. So when you're in that deprivation take, you don't have any distractions to keep you away from that. So I think it's something that most people should at least experience once in life. So the next thing I want to jump into, as far as in things that you can do for the theme year of 2007, which is getting more personal and diving deeper and introspecting, of course, is practicing that inner clarity. Now, aside from the physical and emotional self-care tips I just described, um, if you want to do something that's a little bit more solitary, secluded, meditation is always a go-to. Now, no, I'm talking about mortification. My God, I'm tongue-tied. Medication is of basically can be anything where you're able to get in a clear state of mind, and whether you get lost in time, whether that time speeds up or slows down. So meditation could come in many forms, whether that's guided, sitting silent with your thoughts, frequency music that helps put you in that equilibrium state, just putting you in a state to where you can be at one with your thoughts. Um, so this year, it's about going more within. So you may feel inclined to say, spend time in nature, sit in silence, or be with yourself. You may feel more at peace, when you're with yourself. This year you will experience a lot of light bulb or aha moments, especially if you find yourself wanting to be in that hermit mode more. So as you gain this inner wisdom and clarity within yourself, you will now be focused on how to resolve um, any issues that may come up, or get to the root of anything that has been bothering you. So you will have further understanding on why you act the way you react towards situations, and how to go about changing it. So when you think about the personal year of 7, again, I said this before, this is about our introspection. So however you can go about practicing this self-care and self-love is through, meditation, um, different emotional healing practices that you may partake in to help you get closer to that oneness of yourself. Um, However you feel that you can go about getting this healing, through whatever choice of inner clarity or oneness that you may feel that you can get this from. Also, with the year of 7, you may feel more connections between yourself and others around you. Trusting more of that internal voice when it comes to situations and people, above your intellectual voice or your ego. So you'll feel more inclined to listen to your gut and your feelings within a year of 7. So what I want to briefly jump into, I won't really dive into deeply in this video, is basically when it comes to your personal year, and how to find it. So I basically talked about the personal year of 2023 and the energetic signature of that year. But what I want to jump into next is basically your personal year and how to find it. So when it comes to your personal year, how you find that is by adding up the birth month and the birthday with the current year. And again, you're not adding your birth year because we're not currently in that year. We're currently in year of 22 and we're going into year of 23. So you will find that personal number by adding your birth month and day to whatever year that you're in. So say if your birthday is November 20th, you would add up the digits in your birthday, then add the current year you're in as your current year. So if you're born on November 20th, this should break down to a number 11, adding the personal year of 23, if we're using the personal year of 23. So that will break down into 11, and you can't leave it double, so you have to reduce it. So you reduce that and it should be a 2. So this personal year would be a 2 for you, and again we're adding 2023, not 2022. So you're at November 20th plus 2023, which will break down to 11, which will give you that 2. So no matter your personal year, you will still feel the effects of the year's energetic signature that you're in. But this is just more like a guide to your personal energetic number, and to be on the lookout for it. So in case you may enter a personal year that is your personal, say you may enter into a year that is your personal year. So it's nothing to fear. It's just a heads up energetically where you may feel inclined to put more of your energy into. So this is a year of, we're going into an energetic year of 7, which is more about introspection, introversion, and going into yourself for the answers that you're currently looking for. So that was it for the personal year number, numerology year number of 2023, which breaks down into the 7. And I'll see you all in the next episode.